We've got a wrap-up of Celebrating Irving 2017.
We'll meet some volunteers helping to restore a historic landmark.
And we'll meet firefighter turned author Phillip Dunn.
All this and more coming up About Town.
Hello everyone and welcome to About Town. I'm Joy Goodrum.
And I'm Kathy Whiteman, and I am always thrilled to have Joy Goodrum in the house. Great to see you.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Although I have to say, I got a chance to see you a lot this weekend because there was so much going on in town.
Lucky me.
Lucky me too.
Well, that's great.
So the night of the Irving Kids Charity Classic kickoff party was incredible. Ton of people there, the whole thing.
Fun time at Cool River.
And then Friday.
Yes, then Friday we had a small monsoon come through Irving and pour down rain and had to end up canceling the golf tournament that was scheduled for the day. So we've moved it to July 20th. And it's going to be at TPC over at the Four Seasons.
Fabulous.
And so for anybody that was hesitant or was kind of slow walking it with getting the registration in, they can do that now.
All right. So folks, you still have a chance not only to have a great day of golf, but to help these 5 great charities.
It's for the children.
Absolutely. It's for the kids. So get out there and sign up. All right. So glad you're here.
Thank you.
Glad that you guys could join us for news on the 2017 Juneteenth celebration.
We'll also meet songwriter Liz Rose, and we'll get you ready for this year's 4th of July celebration.
As always, we invite you to email us and let us know about stories you'd like to see, events you'd like to promote.
So please subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and follow us on Twitter. Or you can still email us at ictn@cityofirving.org.
The Irving Heritage Society took a 21st century approach to this year's Celebrating Irving, the City and the Man. Here are some highlights from this year's festivities.
The blue dot is us, the green dot's what we're looking for.
There's an online hobby that won a ton of new fans in Irving this year.
You think you know where it is? Okay. All right, when I'm looking at this, should I go that way?
It's not just for kids, but you might need their expert assistance. No, it's not Pokemon Go.
It's like Pokemon, but you actually get to find something that you can touch.
It's geocaching, and it was something completely different for the 10th annual Celebrating Irving, the City and the Man.
It is outside the box for sure.
Money.
Or inside the box, which is what made this high-tech treasure hunt so much fun. The Irving Heritage Society enlisted the help of Boy Scouts Troop number 773 to get the ball rolling.
It's going to be a pretty exciting event. We're going to talk about geocaching,
Which is a treasure hunt done with a GPS.
where we kick off a month-long celebration where people get a chance to find caches that were hidden around Irving.
And we have hidden them in 12 different historic sites around town.
The kickoff event was held at the National Scouting Museum, which not so coincidentally was the site for one of the caches. In the spirit of tradition, the month-long celebration still observed time-honored customs like the annual fish fry.
6 empty, 6 empty, 6 empty.
Attendees enjoyed a delicious catfish dinner with all the trimmings and a cakewalk raffle for dessert. And of course, no Celebrating Irving event would be complete without the Irving Trivia Contest.
I've been warned about this group. I know this group, but I've been warned about this group.
Congrats are in order again this year for Lacima Heritage Committee, who once again took home the trophy and, more important, bragging rights for a full year. The annual observance honors both the founding of the city of Irving and the birthday of namesake Washington Irving. It's an opportunity to celebrate the city's history and heritage, revel in community spirit, and have a whole lot of fun. The new element, geocaching, was definitely part of the mix.
We had such fun and we learned so much, and it involved people that had never done it before, so that was all good.
I had one person who came up to me today actually, and she said, well, I have one complaint, and I was getting ready. She said, well, it's addicting.
That was the end for this year, but I think we might try it again next year.
This is Kathy Whiteman reporting. The Irving Heritage Society continues their docent-led tours of the Heritage House this summer. The next tour is Sunday, July 2nd from 3 to 5 p.m. Visit irvingheritage.com for more information.
One of Irving's sacred landmarks got much needed attention on Earth Day this year. Amshi Stephenson was there and she talked with the volunteers who joined together in the effort.
Volunteers gathered at Shelton's Bear Creek Cemetery in Irving for Earth Day weekend.
Helping out, beautify the area. I mean, it's Earth Day. Really trying to make the place a better place.
A historical piece of land hidden off of Texas Highway 161. right off the tollway.
This sign this place is a sacred place where we have fellow Christians that are buried. And so our efforts today are to come and take this space and use it as a way to reconcile and heal this community by reaching across lines of race and religion and just really being together and working together.
Father Bob Corley and Nicole Foster of the St. Mark's Episcopal Church in Irving teamed up with surrounding communities, churches, and groups to preserve this forgotten land.
St. Mark's Episcopal Church in Irving is out here. I think we have some folks from the Islamic Center of Irving, and the Irving, a Masons group here out of Irving is here with us.
The goal here is to not only spruce up the graves of over 200 former slaves, but
the main goal today is fellowship, really.
We came out here with really no agenda except to help.
Today I'll be meeting people, I'll be talking to folks, I'll be hauling leaves out and trimming brush and really just trying to be a part of a community effort.
Just cleaning up, raking leaves, whatever they need me to do actually. There's no limits, whatever. So I got my gloves on, I got my energy, and I'm ready to go.
It all started on social media as a Facebook event page created by St. Mark's.
Facebook, it was a Facebook event and I saw it and I just kind of felt compelled to come out and do what I could.
The responses came flooding in.
Found it on Facebook.
My mom told me about it on Facebook.
So we've been reaching out through Facebook and other social media platforms, just advertising the project and inviting people to come and participate. And so we've had a great turnout.
As plants, trees, and weeds continue to grow, maintaining the grave continues to be a challenge. That's why Anthony Bond got down on his knees and called out for help.
I've been praying for this for many, many years, so this is the answer to my prayers. I got down on my knees and I promised these people. It was like as if I heard their spirits crying out to me, Anthony, please don't let them keep our final resting place desecrated like this. And I made a pledge to them on my knees that day that I would never, as long as I lived in this area, I would never let this place be forgotten.
Anthony says they are still in the beginning stages, but one day he envisions a well-kept cemetery like none other.
I would like to see this place look like anybody else's final resting place, where you can come in here and walk in here, you can get a lawnmower in here and you can cut the grass. It can be maintained year-round.
Anthony's prayers are being answered and he is one step closer to saving the cemetery.
It's really a sweet and healing project. It's a beautiful thing to see everybody come out and work and just offer something of their heart.
For me, I think everyone has a civic responsibility to give back. And as future historians, I think this is a really great way to do that. We're preserving the history of a historically disenfranchised group of people. And I think that's very important that we remember that.
This is what we're supposed to be doing. We need to come out here and work with the community and help the community and improve the community. And Irving is our home.
There is still a lot of work to be done, but the city of Irving is committed to the environmental and historical initiative.
It's just so much work that needs to be done, but this is a tremendous start. And like I said, I just can't thank all the people. I mean, there's people here from everywhere. All different races, creeds, and colors, religions. What difference does it make?
Anthony says there are 75 and counting volunteers here today. Now, what better way to celebrate Earth Day than to preserve and clean up this sacred cemetery? If you would like to volunteer, please visit Celebrate Diversity in Irving Facebook page. For About Town, I'm Amshi Stephenson reporting.
To learn how you can get involved in future cleanup efforts, visit the Facebook page Celebrate Diversity in Irving.
The Jackie Townsend Bear Creek Heritage Center will be the location for this year's Juneteenth celebration.
Jackie Madden joins us with the details.
Well, it's always great to see you.
Good to see you.
And I am excited about you guys being in the Heritage Museum because of the way you've designed the program this year. Can you talk about that?
Yes, and we're very excited about it. This year, the emphasis is going to be paying tribute to institutions that support historical messages. And since we're talking about Juneteenth, we cannot think of a better place to do it than on the grounds of the Jackie Townsend Heritage Center in Bear Creek. So we want to showcase that institution and look at all of the local history that it has to provide, and even information on Juneteenth. And then we're also going to do a national tribute to the African American Museum that just opened in Washington, D.C. It's a part of the Smithsonian.
The perfect day to do
It
that.
is. It really is.
And it's a beautiful location, and I don't know how many people realize that we have these two small but very excellent museums right there in the center. Yeah, and plus the day is going to be a ton of fun.
Absolutely. So what is going to be involved in the big exciting events of the day?
We are going to extend off of the museum theme a little bit more. We're going to take that theme onto the stage. And we have a wonderful youth performance group from Fort Worth. They're called DVA Performance Group. And basically, they're going to take us on a 45-minute journey. And the setting will be a museum. And the students will be the mannequins in the museum.
Oh, wow.
And all of a sudden, the mannequins are going to come to life. And then they will take the stage and tell us the story about Juneteenth in their own words.
Okay, got you a bump.
And they'll just talk about other fascinating things in Black history as well. So we'll have that, and then we will celebrate with a concert.
All right.
Perfect.
Yeah, it does. It sounds wonderful. So DVA Productions, of course, you're involved with them, and we've seen them involved with some other things.
Wonderful.
They are wonderful. Who else is in support of this event this year?
Well, we have the West Irving Improvement Association. They're partnering with us again. And our corporate sponsor is In-N-Out. So we'll have a community picnic that's free until supplies last. And we're very happy to extend that to the residents.
Okay, so I'm thinking that this is a wonderful event.
Absolutely.
Free picnic, wonderful entertainment, and such great education about a day that's so important.
It really is.
All throughout the state of Texas, but it's particularly important to our community because Bear Creek is the oldest historical site for people who were freed from slavery.
Exactly.
In the state. So, yay, Irving events.
We're excited about it, and we're excited to promote the new museum in Washington, D.C. as well. These are jewels that people just have to go see.
Absolutely. So, folks, if you want to be a part of a history-making day, and we're also going to have a whole lot of fun, you want to be at the Jackie Townsell Bear Creek Heritage Center on Saturday, that's June 17th. Okay, got it. Everything kicks off at 5 p.m. If you want more details, go to cityofirving.org and search the calendar.
This week, Susan got reviews for 2 new summer movies, Wonder Woman and The Mummy.
I used to want to save the world. This beautiful place. But the closer you get, the more you see the great darkness within. I learned this the hard way a long, long time ago.
What is your mission?
To stop the war.
Women can be superheroes, and they can certainly kick butt. Wonder Woman is the first female-dominant superhero film in 12 years since Elektra, and it's absolutely fantastic. Before she was Wonder Woman, she was Diana, Princess of the Amazons, raised on a sheltered island and trained to be an unstoppable warrior. But when a pilot crashes on their shores and tells of a raging war in the outside world, Diana leaves her home, convinced she can stop the threat. Through this fight, she discovers her full powers and her true destiny. The DC Extended Universe has been struggling for a while now with its past few films, but it pleases me to say that Wonder Woman is the best film of its franchise. There's a proper balance between the film's humor and serious tone. And a huge round of applause is in order for finally having a central focus that prevents the audience's heads from spinning in confusion halfway through the movie.
It is our sacred duty to defend the world, and it's what I'm going to do.
Wonder Woman is an engaging and exciting story about a selfless hero who genuinely cares about mankind. The slow-motion fight scenes add a welcome dramatic effect to the beautifully shot sequences. The film is great as a whole, but it's the casting that makes this movie a knockout. Chris Pine charms as Steve Trevor, and Gal Gadot was born to play Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman is a thrilling and inspiring superhero movie that everyone should see. Now on to a new film franchise looking to compete with DC and Marvel. Universal Pictures has relaunched classic monster movie characters as part of the Dark Universe, beginning with The Mummy. Tom Cruise plays Nick Morton, a U.S. soldier in Iraq who also in his free time steals priceless antiquities with his reluctant partner in crime, Chris Vail, played by Jake Johnson. During one of their hunts for gold, the two men and archaeologist Jenny Halsey, played by Annabelle Wallis, stumble upon the remains of Princess Amunet, who was entombed for eternity after a treacherous act of evil 5,000 years ago. By uncovering her remains, they have also awakened her spirit, allowing Amunet to finally finish out her plan to rule the world. Okay, so the plot is pretty thin and hardly original, but the film does have its entertaining moments thanks to Cruise and Johnson's comic relief and the constant action. The film also eases us into another Dark Universe character, Dr. Henry Jekyll, adequately played by Russell Crowe. Though his character was there to study Amunet and be another obstacle for Nick, somehow Dr. Jekyll felt forced in this story. However, I'm looking forward to seeing Crowe as the lead in a Jekyll and Hyde origin film. The Mummy brings nothing fresh beyond some jokes and cool CGI, but I can't help but see potential in what's to come. Once the franchise finds its footing and brings this world together in a more natural way, it could be something special. But in a summer filled with anticipated blockbusters, it's hard to say that The Mummy will rise above movies like Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 or Wonder Woman. However, if you've already seen those two films and you're looking for a quick thrill to satisfy you in theaters till Spider-Man Homecoming comes out, then The Mummy is worth a few bucks. For About Town, this is Susan Conrad.
I'm gonna figure this out. Don't leave me. You can't run. You can't escape. She's got plans for you.
Wonder Woman and The Mummy are currently playing at AMC Irving Mall and Regal MacArthur Marketplace. To catch more of Susan Comyop's reviews and celebrity interviews, visit thischicksflix.com. There's a lot of talent that got their start right here in Irving.
And the Texas Musicians Museum plans to honor one of our very own, Liz Rose. So can I just tell y'all how excited I am that you're both here today? I see Thomas all the time, but this is my very first time to meet you, and what an honor to have you in the studio today.
Thank you. Nice to meet y'all.
So I'm going to ask Thomas the first question. Give us an idea of how this decision to honor Liz and her work came about.
Well, as you know, we just finished our Singer-Songwriter Festival in honor of Stephen Fromholtz, and that's one of the things we're trying to do is to recognize the singer-songwriters that don't get the recognition that they deserve.
Amen.
And there's some of them who accomplished some incredible things. So when it popped up about Liz and I saw what she'd accomplished, I was like, oh my gosh, yes. So we have to do this. And so we're going to do a display and an unveiling, and hopefully put it together with a performance, which we like to do, and have her there at the museum and honor her that way. And that's what we want to do with our Texas musicians and songwriters all the time.
Oh, that's so exciting. Well, you've had an incredible career.
Yeah, so could you tell us a little bit and let the audience know who all you've worked with and some of your favorites?
Well, clearly favorite would have to be Taylor Swift. We co-wrote a lot of the first two records, and Little Big Town, I love Little Big Town, Eli Young Band, you know, Texas Boys.
That's right, Texas.
Jack Ingram, just lots of people, so.
Yeah, lots of great names. And you've got
Miranda.
Can't forget
Miranda or Casey.
Yes.
You can't forget those girls.
And the list goes on and on and on.
Yeah, well, hopefully we'll continue to go on.
Absolutely.
And on.
Yeah, that's what we want. But we also want to hear from you in your own voice, because the title is singer-songwriter. Tell us about the latest.
I, in the last year and a half, 2 years, I just kind of decided to write my songs growing up in Irving and in Texas, and in the late 60s and 70s, and I was kind of a wild child, and Irving was quite different then. And so these songs are about me and my growing up during those days. There's just all kinds of things in there, like, you know, you just have to listen to the record.
That's right.
Yeah, so tell us where we can get it, the usual places.
There's a thelizrosemusic.com, or it's thelizrose.com. I think it's I'm terrible at these things.
We'll make sure that we get it right on the lower thirds.
But you can, iTunes, of course, on the streaming services. So, but the actual physical record is really cool because it's got a lot of old pictures and descriptions of all the songs and where they came from.
Great.
Yeah.
That's what I love, seeing the pictures.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
It was just wonderful pictures of Irving.
Yeah. Everybody in Irving's going to want a copy of this.
I hope so.
Absolutely.
I hope
now
they
you guys
better.
know where to get it.
That's the plan.
Absolutely. So, Thomas, let me say thank you for bringing Liz to our attention, too, and to the community who probably remember you as that girl that sang the songs. And you'll come back and let us know when the big event's going to be, yes?
I certainly will, and we'll be letting you know about other great artists that are coming out of Irving, because there's a lot that have evolved here that people just don't know about. Irving's a real special place when it comes to music here in Texas.
All right,
yes,
fantastic. It is. So, folks, stay tuned to About Town because we'll have, firsthand, we'll be able to bring you all of that information. Thanks for being here, you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us. Really appreciate it.
Phillip Dunn was an Irving firefighter for 32 years. He's keeping his love for the Brotherhood alive in his second career as an author of the Mac McWhorter series. Kathy talks with Phil about books, firefighting, and Hemingway.
Gosh, it's meant everything to me to be a firefighter in Irving, particularly because I grew up here.
But after a long career as an Irving firefighter, Phil Dunn has taken on a new challenge.
It's been a good transition to go from a career, 32 years that I've really, really enjoyed, to a promising new, I hope, career, and writing about it.
Dunn is the author of the Mac McWhorter series, featuring a firefighter who finds himself thrust into the middle of a cover-up.
He figures out a lot of things, comes to some realizations, and runs into the devil.
He got that devil fleshed out on paper on a fishing trip to Port Mansfield.
Sitting on a boat dock, riding. And on the ride back, some of the guys said, "Why didn't you go fishing?" I said, "Well, I'm writing a book." "You're writing a book?" "Yeah, I'm writing a book."
The book was Reckoning on the Gulf. It has an explosive opening scene, a situation that no firefighter wants to face.
Well, the fire has been burning so long that it's used up all the oxygen. It's smoldering, and it's pretty much a bomb waiting to go off. When they kick the door, the oxygen is introduced, and it backdrafts, blows up. The rookie is in front with the nozzle.
Dunn uses his extensive background as a firefighter to portray an authentic experience of life inside and out of the fire station.
Don't touch them. Touch them so they'll take fire. I try to be instructional to the general public, but then I want to expose the mystery of the fire station because nobody really knows what happens in the fire station. And we're just a bunch of brothers. And just like brothers, we're going to pick on each other and joke with each other.
So it's no surprise that humor is a big part of the books.
When I started, it was going to be one book because I just wanted to see if I could do it, was all it was. But then the more I got into it and the more expansive I got in the character, I thought, this could really be something.
Dunn has now published 2 books in the series and is currently working on a 3rd. He says the best writing advice he's ever gotten is just write.
That's what you got to do. You can sit and think about it all you want, but until you commit and sit down and start writing, and I'm beginning to figure it out, but the more I write, the more questions I have.
There is something he's learned not to do.
Hemingway wrote everything in longhand, so I thought, that's the way you're supposed to do it. You're supposed to write in longhand. I soon figured out why Hemingway had a drinking problem.
This is Kathy Whiteman reporting.
You can get Phil's books on Amazon or order at his website, phillipdunn.net.
There's still a little time left to get involved in the 4th of July parade and festivities.
And Jackie Madden is back with Jasmine Lee to fill us in on all the fun.
Ladies, always great to see you.
Hello.
And you just keep turning up.
No, I do it.
Yeah, I love that. I really do. Great to see you both, as always. So, first question first. Can you still get a place in the parade if you act fast?
Yes, there is still time. I will be accepting applications until June 20th.
All right, good deal. That's wonderful. So the parade kicks off at 9 o'clock. Tell us a little bit about what's going on this year.
You know, we have another exciting theme. It is a Star Spangled Celebration, and we are celebrating American All-Stars. So I know a lot of people think about athletes when they think of All-Stars, but we want them to think about American heroes and anybody that's ever done anything great for America.
All right, I like that. I like that theme a lot. And this is something that I always want to know because I am such a fan. The reception afterwards is always so much fun. Are we looking forward to that as well?
We have the watermelon waiting for you.
Okay, good. That's what I wanted to know, right?
Yes.
Perfect.
But we also have a concert by Leo Ho. He'll be there, and we'll have children activities, balloons, face painting, some good music, good watermelon, and we're just going to let you cool off and get you ready for the evening event.
That's right, because there's a ton going on at night,
Evening
too.
events, huh? So, Jasmine, what exactly is going on in the evening?
Well, we have our fireworks show event that evening along Lake Carolyn, beginning at 6 o'clock. There are a variety of activities. We have an entire free fun zone for the family, and this year people can cool off extra because we're bringing water slides back to the event.
Oh, thank goodness. That sounds great.
It's going to be a lot of fun. People don't need a swimsuit, but they do want to bring a towel, unless they're going to air dry.
We like it.
And so not just the water activities, but we've also got the food court. It's one of our largest food courts of the year. Over 20 vendors are going to be out there with everything you can think of. Frozen treats, snow cones, ice cream, all of that, barbecue, Mexican, whatever you think of. It's out there for people to eat. And then our main stage entertainment, the Las Colinas Symphony is sending out a brass quintet that is going to be performing, as well as Downtown Fever is going to come out and do some really great pop cover music and get the party going before our fireworks, which will kick off around 9:30.
All righty.
Fun.
It does. It sounds great. It's always such a lot of fun.
I want to go.
Yeah, I know. And I want to get on the water slide. I don't want to have to, fight a 7-year-old for anything. I want the water slide, I truly do. So, folks, get ready for the 4th of July and all the patriotic fun that we have here in Irving. The parade kicks off at 9 in the Heritage District, and the fireworks display and music and food and fun and water slide at 6 at Lake Carolyn. For more details, visit irvingevents.org. And here are a few more great things to do about town. Head down to Gilley's South Side in Dallas on Father's Day for City Men Cook 2017. Irving is well represented by great cooks at this annual event, which is sponsored by Taste of the South Charities. The fun kicks off at 3 p.m. on June 18th. Visit citymencook.com for the details.
Stage West presents Anne, the Ann Richards play, through July 8th in the Dupree Theater. Evening performances start at 7:30 p.m. and matinees at 2:30 p.m.
It's Children's Day at the Theater with a production of Jack and the Beanstalk. The show starts at 2:30 p.m. in Carpenter Performance Hall.
Litz Alive presents The Little Prince Tea on Saturday, June 24th at 2 p.m. Visit cityofirving.org/library for more details. For tickets to Irving Arts Center events, call 972-252-ARTS. And that about wraps up this edition of About Town. Thanks for joining us.
Please be sure to tune in next time when we'll bring you some highlights from Juneteenth 2017.
We'll also meet anime artist Miles Meese, and we'll attend the Irving Kids Charity Kickoff Party.
We'll leave you tonight with the 3/4 Fast Jazz Band continuing the Irving Concert Series celebrating the music of New Orleans. For About Town, I'm Kathy Whiteman.
And I'm Joy Goodrum. Have a great evening, and we'll see you About Town.
Thank you.